Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I take these old wooden bowls and restore them. I've either had them laying around at home or pick them up at a thrift store. They're great products, they just need some sanding and some oiling. So first off, I'm going to be taking my electric hand sander and sanding away as many of the larger areas that I can. Then I'll go in with a just piece of sandpaper, and by hand I will be doing a lot of the inner corners with just my hand, kind of getting all of that off. Here I'm taking a finer piece of sandpaper, a finer grit that is, and going over everything by hand to get a nice smooth even finish. Taking some clean water, I am completely rinsing all of the dust off of the bowl. I go through that a couple of times to get all the dust off it, and I do this as a grain raising rinse as well. So the water is going to pull up any of the grain, and taking a fine piece of sandpaper, once this is dry, I will sand down all that raised grain, and you get a really smooth finish that won't pull back up with any of the oils that you go and put onto it. So this is the dried bowl now. I went in with a fine piece of sandpaper and evened everything out. Then with a very damp paper towel, I had wiped it down just to get rid of any of the dust. I take a food grade oil and wax blend. I apply the first one very liberally, because everything has been sanded down to just the grain. You will need to season any of these wood pieces, and that means that you're just going over with about 2 to 4 coats of a food safe oil so it can fully penetrate into the wood. You let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then I go in and add another coat, and I buff it all in with a microfiber towel. Then on the final coat, once it's sat for another 20 to 40 minutes, I buff it all in with that same microfiber towel, and finish it off with a finishing wood butter that I get. I use Odie's oil, and using their wood butter, it acts as a good water sealing barrier that is also food safe. And here's the final piece, all ready to be used. If you have any questions, definitely comment them down below, and I'll be happy to answer any of them. Thanks again for watching.